How much do you suppose you really know about the person closest to you? You never really know. You don't know who's in front of you, who's on the other side of the mirror, or the other end of the phone.
Hello, I'm Knorr. I'm the writer and director of Love Thy Enemy.
Hi, I'm Todd Smith. I play Detective John Rhodes in Love Thy Enemy.
Love Thy Enemy is basically about Detective John Rhodes.
I got a call the night before Gina was murdered.
Gina called you?
Some man said, someone's gonna die tonight.
He has a traumatic experience in his life where his girlfriend is found murdered. So through the film, he is confronted through phone calls from the killer and forces John Rhodes to reevaluate his life, his friends, the people around him, because the killer might be somebody closer to him than he thinks.
Becoming John Rhodes was an interesting situation because actually the role kind of fell in my lap. I know Jay had been working for a while to try and get the project on the go. It was greenlit, but then something always kept popping up. And then a friend of mine, who's also my co-star, Knorr, she gave me a call. She said, "Hey, I'm sending you a link, and I'm going to send you a script. My friend Jay, he's directing a film. He needs an actor, and we keep running into a wall. So here you go." Okay, fine. I trust her, and so I took a look at the script. I liked it, and then I started doing a little research, and I found out there were like 3 other people already cast on the film who I knew. So I didn't know Jay, but because I knew all these people, I said, well, they trust him, I trust him. And I was pleased. The very first day working with this guy, it was great. He knew what he wanted, and he knew how to help guide me as an actor to get the just the way that he needed for his story. So that's how it all started. At least I know me coming to the table. That's how it started.
Yeah.
But like Jay said, John Rhodes is going through a transitional period in his life when we meet him, and he has this ex-girlfriend, deep relationship, but as Jay said, there's a tragedy that happens, and it kind of turns everything around, and then, like I said, that's when we meet him and we follow his story then, and we find out about a killer and a lot of phone calls. And but we get to follow what's going on basically through John's eyes.
You know this Jane?
Not Jane. Gina. He knows me. He knows too much about me, about detective work.
One of the bonuses was you came in and you had plenty of experience behind you, opposed to me having to kind of give you a lot of development ideas for maybe not such an experienced actor. You came in knowing what to ask, where to go with it. I saw that you had some experience. I could trust you to take it, and because we didn't have a lot of time.
We didn't. There was not
Literally, the schedule was set, and it was several days before first roll, and I lost my actor, and so it was just a whole bunch of calls. It wasn't a big casting process. It was bring him in, see how he works with the other actors.
And it is an Atlanta cast. And
yeah, we are totally Atlanta. There is no doubt that Atlanta is being represented in this film. From the actors, Jay Todd, he's done some major films. Knorr, Daoud Morrow, Robert Proudgo.
In
Mark
everything.
Ashworth. I mean, everywhere I look now, I'm seeing these people, and it even goes down to the crew. We have a soundtrack for this film. All the artists, except for one, all the artists are from Atlanta. This is based on a true story. It's a scenario. It's based on a scenario that happened to a relative of mine. So it's not actually his story. But when I heard the story, I was maybe 11 or 12, so that was quite a while ago. The story stuck with me, and
Young man.
yes, yeah, just a few years ago. So the story stuck with me, and I always the whole scenario of it told me this might be a cool story to tell. And so I basically just took the scenario and developed a story around it. And the whole police detective kind of scenario lent well to the basic synopsis of what had happened to him.
You know, as well as I know, we've all got things to hide. I probably know more about you than he does. All it takes is knowing where to look, what to look for. It's funny the things you think you'd learn about somebody when you're that close to him, but until you step away, you might not see the obvious.